Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Angel, and today we're going to be working on my Netgalley ratio. Very important. Pretty much Netgalley is a website where publishers can send you e-copies of ARCs so that you can read and review them before the book comes out. There's a couple of things that kind of affect if you get books or what books you receive from Netgalley, even after applying. And one of them is your feedback ratio. So pretty much how often do you actually review the books that you accept and take on. So they say Netgalley ratio of like 80% is ideal. 80% is good, and mine's currently at 79. And I have 3 books on my shelves I need to read, so we'd sit down in this video today and just read those 3 books, get those reviews posted, get my ratio to almost, probably above 90% at that point. Looking good. Because I did accept these books, so I was interested in them, so let's see what they are. This is why I think it's Isabel Ibanez, I'm pretty sure is how you say it, but I read Where the Library Hides or What the River Knows. I think What the River Knows is the one that I read. Well, Where the Library Hides is one I have not picked up yet, but I do want to. And this is, I'm guessing, her next book. Fun fact with this one, I did not apply for this one. I did not apply for this. I have no memory of even looking at this book. I had never even seen the cover of it, and also it's just on my shelf. So I'm thinking, because I did an ARC read of What the River Knows, maybe they should also send me this one. But then also they didn't send me Where the Library Hides, so I don't really know what's going on there. But I'm still interested enough in this book to pick it up, so I'll be writing this video. And that was one that a publisher had emailed me about, and it was interesting enough that I was like, you know what, the title got me enough. I think the title is This a Cry for Help? And I was like, you might have reached your target audience here. You might have reached your target audience. So I'm gonna read that one as well. Every once in a while you get an email from Netgalley. It's kind of just like, here's this new book we're posting. It's read now for the first 200 people who click on this link. So read now is just books that you don't actually have to apply for and get approved for. You should automatically get the chance to read them. So there are always books where it's like, if you're one of the first 200 people on this book, you can just read it, no application required. And this one was a Nicholas Sparks one. I think it's called Remain. It's with Nicholas Sparks and a co-writer, and I've never read a Nicholas Sparks before. So you know what? You got me. I'll try one. That's the last book we're gonna read in this video. So I'll make sure to give my opinion on all these books, when they come out, all that stuff, and then also post my reviews to Netgalley and give you guys my updated feedback ratio at the end. Hopefully it's above 90%. I think it should be. But I think I'm gonna start off with Bone by Isabel. I think start that one. Alright friends, I started Is This a Cry for Help last night, and I'm actually really enjoying it so far. Chapters are a bit long, so I'm on chapter 5, but I am 32% of the way through, so about 100 or so pages. I really need to brush my hair well, but pretty much our main character has a partner named Joy that she lives with, and then she kind of has a mental health episode when she finds out that like her first love passed away. So his name was Ben, and she was with him from the ages of 18 to 23, and it's kind of like her navigating that grief and what it means to like lose somebody who you loved, even if necessarily like it has been a while, there's some space, time, like kind of like how you navigate that. I do find the writing is a little bit blunt currently, and sometimes leans on the side of like very much telling, not showing. However, I think it's supposed to be like the voice of the character and we're in her mind, so I'm gonna give it a little bit longer and see. But that's what at first was like very jarring to me, and then as we went on, I'm like, okay, I think it's just how this character is. It's definitely very character focused and pretty slow, but if that's your jam, I think this is going really well so far. So more updates later. All right, friends, I just got off work, so let's chat. We're trying my car just for a second because I'm already here. I did get a new little microphone. I'm not sure how good it is, how the quality is going to sound, but I hope it's decent for you guys. There's like a little clip on my shirt, but I think I should like holding it for now. We'll see how this goes. I finished Is This a Cry for Help this morning, and I actually really enjoyed it. I think it's falling between like a 4.25-ish range. Like I said, it deals a lot with grief and more so complex grief. I think it's really beautiful and something that's not actively discussed, especially as somebody who I think I always tell people I grieve quite out loud. I talk with my past friends often. I share stories of them. I go see them on birthdays, anniversaries, passings, holidays. I grieve quite loudly. A huge discussion on therapy surrounding grief as well, which that was really actually beneficial and quite interesting to read about. There's a lot of discourse and representation for the LGBT community in this book as well. I thought it was a really, I can't say cozy, that's not the right word at all. I think like the discussions around grief and hearing like the therapy sessions of talking about their grief was almost like therapeutic in a sense, and that was very beneficial and helpful, I think. And then for the second book of this video, I'm really excited. I did just start Graceless Heart by Isabel Ibanez. I think I'm only 3 chapters in, so I can't really comment too much on it so far, but I'm really liking it. Some plans for tonight: I'm going to finish editing a video and do some schoolwork, and then besides that, we're going to be reading, so hopefully I can get at least halfway through. It's like a 500-page book, I believe, but videos go off to a good start so far. A little pause in this video because I have the most exciting news maybe ever. I said it'd be good to share in this video because it is like an arc. Came home from work and this was my kitchen. It was like I've never gotten like a little themed PR box and I almost sobbed. And it's for Cold Wire by Chloe Kong. Or the entire Secret Shanghai universe loved it. I read Immortal Longings, rated 5 stars, and it was so cute. It came with like a little like letter, and there's some stickers. There's like a mobile charger that has like gold wire on it. Like it's so cute, and I am just obsessed. And this is like one of the best days ever. I can't read this for this video now, but like it's not about my Netgalley ratio, but Simon Schuster. Really quick update that you can see I sound kind of nasally because I've had one of the worst colds ever, so my nose is so stuffy. I've had cold. It's a fun little time here, but I am now, how far am I? I'm now 51% of the way through Graceless Heart, and I will say I'm really enjoying this. It is like a fun romantasy. I do just think there was quite a bit of setup. Like I said, I'm 51% of the way through, and I only feel like recently we're starting to get into things, and it's almost a 500-page book, so it's almost like 200 to 250 pages of kind of like setup. I'm thinking this might be a series. I read nothing about this before I even got it, so I don't even know what it's supposed to be. Last book when I read What the Library Knows, I thought it was a standalone. Got to the end, I was like, oh no, there's another book. So it'll be the same thing with this one. That could be why there was a little bit more setup, but it took me a while to get into. The goal for tonight is I'm going to try to finish an assignment. I want to finish this book, hopefully, and this is our last one because it's already Friday and I want to have this video done by yesterday. So, naturally, we're a little over time here, but I'm going to cozy up my reading chase, probably read a chapter or two before I get into some schoolwork, and then finish a lecture and an assignment, and then hopefully read some more. So we'll see how this goes. Friends, please don't mind my hair. This is it's Sunday and I haven't become a full human yet look, so I apologize. Last night we did finish Graceless Heart, and I will say I think this is like a 4.25 around that range. I did really love it. Pretty sure the beginning was a little bit slow to get into. One thing Isabel does so well is her, not even world building stakes. I do think the world building was slightly lacking, but the atmosphere. This is a historical fantasy romance, so the fact that I love historical fiction, I love especially Kristen Hanna's writing, and then like fantasy romance, romantical fantasy, any of those combinations. It's like my favorite things ever. I'm pretty sure it's set in like the 15th century, like Italy. So the atmosphere is rich. They use a lot of Italian. I believe all the chapters were in Italian, like the titles of all of them, so that was cool. It's like forbidden love, a little bit of enemies to lovers. It is just so good. That one doesn't come out till January though, so it's a bit of a wait. So I'll probably talk about that one more closer to release, but I think I'd recommend it. I think, like I said, I don't think it quite hit that 5-star mark because if it was just based off the ending, I think it would have honestly been very close. However, with that like beginning half feeling a little bit more drawn out, a little more mundane, I would say it's closer to like a 4.25. And last night I started Remain by Nicholas Sparks. There's a co-author on this, I forget his name. I feel really bad about that. I should probably check that. Nicholas Sparks and M. Night Shyamalan. Okay. The problem with this one is our main character's sister has recently just passed away in the past year, and he went through kind of like a psychotic episode and now is like out, and he's trying to put himself back into the world after his sister's passing. There's some paranormal elements to this, which I was not expecting from Nicholas Sparks, but I guess maybe it's something like new they're doing where they've done that before and I just haven't really known. Like I said, I haven't ever read a Nicholas Sparks book before. In like right in the main character's head. Our main character's name is Tate, so maybe that's why, but I feel like the writing was also very like choppy. I feel like the first 2 chapters just throwing this information at you. There was like a lot of telling, not showing. It was very much like, oh, this is my best friend. This is about his entire life, all laid out. I'm here, and this is why, all laid out. I feel like it was very much kind of like just dumping everything on you in a chapter in a very much like not choppy way, but just like just throwing it at you. I'm not really 100% sure I'm loving the direction this is going in, but I'm willing to try it out and see what I think. I'm on chapter 15, 36% of the way through, so I'll probably just kind of cozy up in bed for the next hour or two and try to finish it. It's only 300 pages, which should probably take me another like hour and a half or so to 2 hours, so it won't take me too long. I do have work at 4:30, so obviously I'd love to finish this before I go, so I can kind of wrap this video up, but let's get to reading. I finished Remain, and I think it's like a 2-star. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. Maybe a 2.5. I just do not think I was the audience for this book, which is funny because I didn't like it because the whole ghost romance aspect. However, I liked the Dead Romantics. I don't know, there was like the mystery aspect that was like good to it, but yeah, I think at the end I read his little acknowledgments. I think it did say that like he normally doesn't do this paranormal thing. I think I could try one of his books that aren't like this, but this one just like wasn't it for me, unfortunately. But teach their own. In this video, we read This is a Cry for Help, which I think is a 4.5, honestly. The more I've thought about it, the more I've just really enjoyed it, and I keep thinking back on it. Grace's Heart is probably 4.25, and then unfortunately Remain is like a 2-star to 2.5. Wasn't the grandest, but if you guys liked today's video, please do like, comment, subscribe. Helps the channel out so much. I'm also on TikTok and Book Corner, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye!